Dear viewers, welcome to our channel GVS Bank Academy. Today I am going to present about JAB Principles and Practice of Banking recalled questions from December 2020 examination. Already through part 1 we had posted 1 to 30 questions. Now today I am going to present and discuss 31 to 60 questions. Question number 31 on the screen. Which one is not part of debt market? This is the question. Not part of debt market means from the given answer, bank deposits are not part of debt market. Debt market means borrowing from the market by the companies or corporates. These are normally bonds, debentures, public sector undertaking bonds. These are the bonds which is issued by the corporates and collecting money from the public. Normally, these bonds are going to be traded in the secondary market, and these bonds, debt market instruments, are transferable in the market from one person to another person. But bank deposits are not debt market instruments, and bank deposits are not transferable from one to another. That is the question number. Question number 32 on the screen is participatory notes. Participatory note is a overseas derivative instrument. This is a overseas derivative instrument. In participatory note mechanism, foreign institutional investors who are registered with SEBI, they are investing money in Indian stock exchanges and Indian investments for the investors outside India. So these foreign institutional investors are collecting money from the investors outside India, and on behalf of the investors outside India, these foreign institutional investors are investment in our Indian market instruments, stock exchanges. Under the assets issued by participatory note, domestic security listed on Indian stock exchange. This is the underlying asset. So since it is a derivative instrument, what is the underlying asset? That is securities issued by domestic Indian companies. So in participatory notes mechanism, foreign institutional investors who are registered with SEBI, they are investing in India on behalf of the investors who are residing abroad. This is the mechanism is called as participatory note. 32 question. Question number 33. Priority sector sub-target for micro enterprises. Micro enterprises. That is 7.5% of the total of ANBC, adjusted net bank credit or credit equivalent to off-balance sheet exposure, whichever is higher. This is the priority sector sub-target for micro enterprises. Micro enterprises. The investment limit is for micro enterprises is up to 1 crore and turnover is up to 5 crores. Priority sector target under export credit. Export credit. Incremental export credit over corresponding date of the preceding year up to 2% of that is the target. And subject to a sanction limit of up to 40 crores for individual account, individual borrower or individual account. Loan up to 40 crores under export credit and be treated as priority sector. This is about priority sector export. Priority sector lending target for small finance banks and rural regional banks, 75% of their advances. So for small finance banks and regional rural banks, their priority sector target is 75 out of 100%, out of their total advances, 75%. Now, question number 33, 34, 35, priority sector advances. Decline. So this means that now almost 5-6 questions they are covering from priority sector. So overall, the priority sector chapter is very important for JAB examinations and promotional examinations also for all scales. Priority sector is very, very important. Question number 36, ATM failed transactions. In ATM failed transactions, the bank has to recreate the customer account within 5 calendar days from the date of failed transaction. Within 5 calendar days. If bank unable to create within 5 calendar days from the date of failed transaction, after that for every day 100 rupees penalty for delay in recreating the customer account. This is the ATM failed transactions 36, question number 36. Question number 37, minimum duration of time deposit as of date 7 days. Minimum duration of bank's time deposit or term deposit is 7 days. Maximum up to 10 years generally. This is about the question number 37. Question number 38, this is about the stock exchanges. Demutualization means from the member oriented, the ownership, management and trading functions of the stock exchange are clearly segregated. Now earlier, the Indian stock exchanges are the member oriented or association oriented. Now through under demutualization, all these stock exchanges are converted into corporates. Under corporates, demutualization from where ownership is different, shareholders are different, management is different, and trading rights are different. So it has been segregated as a corporate. And now example Bombay Stock Exchange. Under demutualization from association oriented or member oriented, they are converted into stock exchange. Stock exchange as company under Companies Act company. That's why segregated from ownership is over, management of rights and trading rights are segregated. For better and transparent monitoring of the stock exchanges, this is very useful. This is very useful. Question number 39, ways and means advances. Ways and means advances. Loans given sanctioned by RBI to central and state government for their emergency requirements. That is called ways and means advances. The interest rate on ways and means advances and overdraft will be ways and means advances. Rate of interest is repo rate. Repo rate. Present repo rate is 4%. That is there. Now, this is the limits as sanctioned by, as given by RBI from time to time. The borrowings are within the limits. Repo rate of interest is repo. Again, if they are taking overdraft beyond the limit, if they are taking overdraft against the securities, repo rate plus 2% above. Repo rate plus 2% above, that is the rate of interest. This is the ways and means advance. 40. Which of the following is not of mergers? Normally alliances. One or two banks or one or two companies are forming alliance for a particular purpose. So that is not comes under merger. For a particular activity, they are forming as alliance for achievement of their some short-term specific objective. That is called alliances. Question number 41. T-bills, treasury bills are issued by RBI on behalf of Government of India for its Government of India short-term mismatch of funds. That is there. Treasury bills are issued at a discount. At the time of issuing, they are issuing less than face value, and on maturity of the treasury bill, they are redeeming repayable at for face value of the bond, face value of the treasury bill. They are doing. Question is, on repayment, what value the treasury bills are going to be paid means face value or at par the face value is going to be repaid to the investors. Now, normally treasury bills are available for a minimum period of 25, for a minimum amount of 25,000 on investors or 20. This is the minimum investment. Now, normally, presently, treasury bills are issued for 91 days, 182 days, and 364 days. These treasury bills are part of SLR securities. Whatever the banks are investing, normally banks are investing heavily in treasury bills because this is short-term instruments. 91 days, 182, 364. For the ALM management also, investment in short-term bills are very, very useful for the banks. That's why most of the banks are investing in treasury bills. Question number 42, this is agriculture related advance. Short-term crop loan taken for 2 lakhs and repaid within 1 year. From the date of loan, repaid within 1 year, what is applicable rate of interest? Normally, short-term crop loans or Kisan credit card loans up to 3 lakhs. the borrowers are getting interest subvention of 2% for a maximum period of 1 year. From the date of loan up to 1 year, they are getting an interest subvention of 2%. And additionally, they are getting 3% for prompt repayment. As for the stipulated time, if the borrower is repaying, he is getting additionally 3%. That is the answer to this question. So, 2% normal interest subvention up to 1 year for all the borrowers up to 3 lakhs loan. And those people who are repaying within the scheduled repayment time fixed by the banks, they will get further interest subvention 3%. This is question number 42. LC calculation. Question number 43. LC calculation 2 marks question. This is also same type of model is there in the bank and the textbook also. Raw material required during the year is 7,200 lakhs. Raw material required during a company during the year is 7,200. Total raw material required. Out of 7,200, they want to purchase under letter of credit 4,800 lakhs. So 4,800 lakhs of raw material they want to purchase under letter of credit. This is the requirement. Now LC advising period. For advising the LC, the issuing bank to exporters advising bank 10 days they are taking time. And shipment time from exporters country to reaching to importer country, shipment transportation time 20 days. 20 days time it is taking. Now the exporter is giving time for the importer for a credit period of, for a usage period of 30 days. 30 days. So 10, 20, 30, total 60 days is the now LC limit calculation. Time required for one cycle completion of LC 10, 20 and 30. Total 60 days. For one time LC completion, one cycle is 60 days. In a 360 days year, how many cycles are there? How many rotations are there? So 6 rotations are there. 6 rotations are there. 4,800 lakhs raw material under LC, they have to purchase in 6 times. So what is the each LC? That is the question. LC limit is equal 4,800 lakhs divided by 6 rotations. 6. So for LC limit for each time 800 lakhs the bank can issue. Out of 800 lakhs, as for the bank sanction, they will collect a margin, stipulated margin they will collect from this remaining amount they will issue. Now in this case, in a year they are issuing 6 LCs. So this is issuing 6 LCs in a year. Normally in this case the bank is issuing a revolving letter of credit. Revolving means frequently throughout the year this company is importing the raw material. For that we are issuing a revolving letter of credit. That is also one important question for JAB and promotional exam also. Question number 44, SMA, special mentioned accounts 1. In this special mentioned account 1 means overdues 31 days to 60 days. In any borrowal account, overdues are there. That overdues ranges from 31 to 60 days. That is special mentioned account 1. Special mentioned account 2, overdues 61 days to 90 days. SMA to 61 to 90 days for overdues. After 90 days, the account turned to NPA. This is about question number 44. Both the questions they had asked. Question number 45. We the ex officio chairman of RBI Monetary Policy Committee. Normally, the Governor of Reserve Bank of India is the chairperson, ex officio chairperson of the Monetary Policy Committee. This is the Monetary Policy Committee of RBI. Question number 46. Money market instruments. What are the money market instruments? Very, very important for all the examinations, JAB, CAB and promotionals. Treasury bills. Just now we have discussed. Treasury bills, 91 days, 182 and 364. Issued by RBI on behalf of Government of India. Commercial paper, normally issued by corporates, non-banking financial companies, primary dealers, financial institutions. Face value is 5 lakhs in multiples of 5 lakhs. And certificate of deposits issued by banks and financial institutions. Face value is 1 lakh. Minimum period is 7 days. Maximum 1 year for banks. For financial institutions, issuance of certificate of deposit, minimum 1 year. maximum up to 3 years. This is about certificate. TREPS, tripartite repo, operated by CCIL, Clearing Corporation of India. The period of is 1 to 1 year. 1 day to 1 year is the borrowing or lending period is 1 to. All banks, financial institutions, insurance companies, other companies are also allowed to participate in lending or borrowing from tripartite repo. Minimum borrowing amount is 5 lakhs. This is about TRIPS borrowing operated by. Then last is interbank participation certificate. One bank is lending the loan, when bank is selling the loans to other banks, normally in the priority sector advances. A bank which has achieved the priority sector advances, that bank is selling to other banks, where the bank which has not achieved the priority sector. This is called interbank participation certificate. This is also maximum 180 days. Minimum 90 days, maximum 180 days. This is called money market instruments. Very, very important for. Question number 47, account payee crossing. Along with two transverse lines, account pay is marking, that is account pay crossing. It is an indication direction to the paying bank. But this was not recognized under the NI Negotiable Instrument Act. It was not defined, recognized this. Now, question number 48, interest on CRR balances. Interest on cash reserve ratio balances, which banks are maintaining with RBI. Banks are not getting any rate of interest from CRR balances from RBI. This is the nil rate of interest. Question number 49. What happens when RBI increases the CRR balances? When there is an increase in CRR, automatically the banks has to deposit the increased amount with the RBI current account. Suppose if there is a 1% increase in CRR, example, the bank's NDTL, net demand and time liabilities into 1%, the entire amount 1% of NDTL, immediately they have to deposit with the CRR, under CRR with RBI, as per RBI given specific dates. So that's why whenever there is an increase in CRR, automatically the lending funds are going to be decreased. This is about increase in CRR balances. Question number 50, marginal farmer definition. Farmers with land holding of up to 1 hectare is called as marginal farmers. Small farmers, farmers with a land holding of more than 1 hectare up to 2 hectares, small farmers. So exam question, what is the question? Marginal farmer definition. Farmers with land holding up to 1 hectare is called as marginal farmers. Whatever the loans we are giving, marginal and small farmers, that will come under Baker section advances also. 51 question, Narasimham Committee recommendation. This is the most important committee in the banking industry. And this is the first committee for the financial sector reforms. We can say this committee was the first committee which has financial these regulations has been started in the financial system. Set up to study all aspects relating to the structure, organization functions of the financial system in India. So this is as for this committee recommendations only, income recognition and asset classification norms and provisioning norms was introduced. After this committee recommendations only, we had also started capital adequacy, CRAR, capital to risk weighted assets. So many other things was introduced under this Narasimham Committee. Financial sector reforms. This is the Financial Sector Reforms Committee means Narasimham Committee we can say. Rangarajan Committee 1983. This is about the computerization in the banking industry. Rangarajan Committee, computerization. Then Rangarajan Committee 1988. After computation first committee, the second committee that given a roadmap for computerization of banks for next 5 years. That is 92, 94, 95. So this is the second committee formed for giving a roadmap for computation of Indian banking industry. So Rangarajan Committee is related to computerization in the banking industry. Narsimhan Committee is related to financial sector reforms in India. This is question number 51 and 52. 53, question number 53, circumstances under which complaints will not be entertained by the banking ombudsman. When a banking ombudsman is not going to entertain the complaints filed by the customer, bank customer, the customer not approached his bank for redressal of his grievance first. So before filing a complaint, he has not approached the bank first. That is one. One has not made the complaint within the limitation period. Normally, the limitation period for filing cases from the date of receipt of his grievance letter from the bank, within 1 year, he had to approach to the bank. So, normally, 1 year, 1 month is the limitation period. But one has not made the complaint within the limitation, means 1 year plus 1 month for getting time from the bank. Total 1 year and 1 month. The subject matter of the complaint is pending for disposal in any other court, has already been disposed of by any other court of law and consumer court. That is the institution complaint, where the customer is complaining, the institution is not covered under the ombudsman scheme. Not covered under the ombudsman scheme. This question was not only in JAB, in several other examinations also, particularly promotion exams, in higher scale also, higher scale examination also, they are asking this question. The subject matter of the complaint is not within the ambit of the banking ombudsman. What are the complaint is there? That complaint is not covers the under the banking ombudsman act. This is about the ombudsman. Question number 54, fair practice code. Bankers duties, loans and their processing conditions. Loan application up to 2 lakh should be comprehensive. It had to provide all the details to the customer. Banks and financial institutions shall give acknowledgement for receipt of application. It means that when a borrower is submitting application, immediately bank has to give the acknowledgement of that application. Banks and financial institutions should scrutinize the loan application within a reasonable period of time. So, whenever they are receiving the proposals within a reasonable time, without any abnormal delay, they have to scrutinize the application. And the loans up to 2 lakhs, the lender should convey in writing the main reasons have led by to rejection. So, whenever they are rejecting a proposal, they have to mention the reasons for the rejection of the proposal. Normally, whenever the bankers are rejecting the proposal, they have to reject the proposal with the reasons for rejection of the loan application. That is good practice also. So, this is the fair practice is called loans and other. Nomination in lockers. Question number 55. BRA Act Section 45 ZD. Nomination in lockers. Banking Regulation Act Section 45 ZD. In case of a singly operated locker. So, locker is operated by singly. Nominee can be made in favor of only one individual. Always nominee is a individual only. Number 2. Where the safe deposit locker is held by 2 or more individuals jointly. 2 or more individuals jointly, nomination can be made by them in favor of 1 or more persons also. This is a peculiar situation. Where the safe deposit locker is held by 2 or more individuals jointly, at that time, nomination can be made by them in favor of 1 or more persons. This is about question number 55. White label ATMs managed and operated by the white labels by non-banking financial companies. Registered non-banking financial companies, they are allowed and managed, operated. What is the net worth minimum when any NBFC want to start the white label ATM? Minimum net worth requirement is 100 crores. White label ATMs are not allowed to provide this service. Purchase of reload vouchers for mobiles, this is not allowed. They are not offering also. Purchase of reload vouchers for mobiles, this is not allowed. Question number 57, very important for JAB principle and practice of banking, and legal and regulatory aspect of banking is also important. And promotion exam also it is important. Mortgage, English mortgage. Mortgage defined under Transfer of Property Act. Mortgage defined under Transfer of Property Act. English mortgage defined under Section 58, subsection E of Transfer of Property Act 1882. English mortgage, Section 58, subsection E of Transfer of Property Act, where the mortgager means borrower binds himself to repay the mortgage money. So borrower itself is binding an agreement that he will repay the borrowed mortgage money on a particular date. So he binding himself on so and so date, I am going to repay the money which was borrowed from the bank. And mortgager, the borrower, transfer the mortgaged property or security property absolutely, clearly to the mortgagee. So, after taking the loan, the borrower is transferring the property in favor of the bank mortgagee. But subject to a provision that he will retransfer, he means bank will retransfer it to the mortgager, subject to a provision that he will retransfer it to the mortgager upon payment of the mortgage money. Once the borrower repay the money, the banker's duty is again retransfer it to the mortgager borrower. This transaction is called as English mortgage. This transaction is called as English mortgage. That's why mortgage itself is a very important topic. Where it was defined, that is also important topic. 4 or 5 types of mortgages are there that are also important. That is question number 57. Very, very important for all the exams. NPF, question number 58, NPA account, doubtful category 3. Doubtful category 3 means NPA after 4 years. From the date of NPA, the account is there in NPA. After completion of 4 years, the account turned to doubtful category 3. What is the provision on the secured loan and unsecured loan? So that is 100%. Once the doubtful account, the NPA account entered after completion of 4 years, doubtful 3, that is secured portion and unsecured portion also 100% bank has to make provision. Additionally, doubtful 1 category. For clarity purpose I am discussing. Doubtful 1 category, that is NPA second year. On secured portion 25% of provision, on unsecured 100% of provision. This is doubtful 1 category means NPA second year. Doubtful 2 means NPA during third year and fourth year. NPA during third and fourth year is called as doubtful 2 category. On secured loan portion 40%, on unsecured portion 100%. This is about the doubtful 1, 2 and doubtful 3 provision. Now, question number 59. Both the question 58, 59 related to NPA. Cash credit account, NPA classification criteria. This is the question. In a cash credit account, running account, how we are going to classify? If the account is out of order for 90 days. Out of order means if the outstanding balance remains continuously in excess of the sanction limit. In the ledger account, ledger balance outstanding is more than the sanction limit, or the ledger balance is outstanding is more than the drawing power as per the stock statement. Third point, there are no credits continuously for 90 days. In the CC account, there are no credits also continuously for 90 days. That also will lead to out of order. If the out of order continues for 90 days, on 91st day, the account turned to NPA. This is about the classification. And CC account not renewed within 180 days from the due date, that is also called as NPA, treated as NPA. This is the NPA classification. Cash credit account is very, very important for all the examinations because 3-4 points are there. Question number 60, limitation period for the mortgage loans. What is the limitation period for mortgage loans? From its due date, 12 years. 12 years from its due. That is called limitation for the mortgage loans, 12 years from. Now, this is the examination question of 60. Now, I am for the benefit of the students, for their reading purpose, for their revision purpose, I am giving all the important points under limitation. Court decree, the limitation period is 12 years from the date of issue. Letter of lien, pledge, no limitation. Section 138 of NI Act, Negotiable Instrument, check dishonour cases, the payee of the check has to give a notice within 30 days from the date of, from the dishonour of check. That is Section 138, dishonour of checks, 30 days. Garnish order, limitation period is 12 years from the date of its receipt. Limitation period of foreclosure of mortgage, 30 years. For demand promissory note and letter of hypothecation, the limitation period is 3 years from the date of its execution. For DP note, letter of hypothecation. For term loan, limitation period is 3 years from the date of each installment due. Means term loan is repayable in installment. That's why the limitation period is 3 years from the date of each installment due. That is the limitation period. For filing cases under Consumer Protection Act, what is the period of limitation? 2 years from the date of cause of action. The consumer can file a case under COPRA with the district forum, respective forums, district, state, national consumer forum. That is it. Limitation period under bank guarantee when government is beneficiary. If it is government is a beneficiary, what is the limitation period? That is 30 years. So for 30 years. So under limitation, these 6 or 7 points are very useful for preparation of principle and practice of banking and legal and regulatory aspect of banking and accountancy paper also they are asking the question. In addition to JAB, these questions are very important for promotion exam also. Thank you very much for all the viewers for watching our videos regularly. Request to all the viewers, please subscribe to our channel. If not subscribed, if subscribed already, please share our details to your colleagues and friends for their benefit, mutual benefit. And please watch our YouTube channel for regular updates on JAB, CAB and promotional exam videos. Thank you very much for all for the viewers. I wish all the best for the viewers for their forthcoming JAB, CAB examination. Thank you very much for all for watching our video.